Welcome back. Now that our project is nearly complete, it's time to upload it to GitHub. As you are probably already familiar, GitHub is the most popular platform for version control and collaboration, and it will help us manage our project and deploy it using Streamlit. In this lesson, we'll walk you through the steps to upload your project and explain how to commit any changes you make. But before we start, it's essential to note that you should never upload your API keys to GitHub. Automated bots called crawlers scan public repositories for sensitive information like API keys. If these keys are exposed, unauthorized users can exploit them, potentially draining your funds. Always ensure your sensitive information is kept secure. First, we must create a repository on GitHub to store our project. If you don't have a GitHub account, the first step is to sign up for one at github.com. Once you've created your account and have signed in, the next step is to create a new repository. Begin by clicking on the New button located on the top right corner of the GitHub homepage, or navigate to the Repositories tab and click New. Next, we need to choose a name for the repository. I'll go with Interview-Tool. Now, we must decide whether it will be public or private. If we choose public, anyone can view our repository, whereas private means only those you select can see the repository. For this project, we'll choose public, and I'll explain the reasoning behind this choice in the following lesson, where we discuss deploying the app. After making your selection, click on Create Repository. Now, don't close this window. Go back to your project in VS Code and open a terminal. In the terminal, we need to initialize a local Git repository and connect it to the GitHub repository we just created. Start by navigating to your project directory if you're not already there. You can do this using the cd command followed by the path to your project folder. Once in the project directory, initialize the Git repository by running the command git init. Next, add all your project files to the staging area using the command git add dot. Now, commit these files with a message describing this as the initial commit. Like this, git commit -m, and we add a message with the text initial commit. You might be asked for verification, so follow the steps written in the terminal. Before we proceed, let's quickly discuss branches. Branches in Git allow you to work on different project versions simultaneously. The default branch is where your main development happens, and it's common practice to name it main. After committing your files, rename the default branch to main using the command git branch -m main. This ensures that the primary branch of your repository is named main. The next step is to connect your local repository to the GitHub repository. To do this, we must return to the GitHub page where we created the repository. We then need to copy the remote repository URL. After that, go back to the console and write git remote add origin and add your URL address. This command tells Git where to push your project files on GitHub. Finally, push your local repository to GitHub using the command git push -u origin main. This command uploads your local repository to GitHub and sets the remote repository as the default for future pushes. Follow the instructions if you're prompted with a message asking you to sign in. Now, return to your GitHub repository page and refresh it. You should see all your project files uploaded. Congratulations! Your project has now been successfully uploaded to GitHub. If you make any changes to your project files, you need to update your GitHub repository to reflect those changes. Here's how you can do that. First, we add the changes to the staging area by again writing git add all. We commit the changes with git commit and write a descriptive message, such as updated the prompt, and we again push it to GitHub. Great! In the next lesson, we'll take it a step further by deploying our application using Streamlit services. This will allow us to share our interactive app with others quickly and efficiently. See you there.